What's up, sports bettors? Matt here with OddsJam, aka Jedi Modi, coming to you with four bets to lock in for the NFL Week 5 season. One of these four is for Thursday Night Football, so be on the lookout for that. The other three are just for Sunday, and let's get into it. Of course, using OddsJam is where I find all of these sharp betting opportunities. OddsJam, the positive expected value page, providing these opportunities in which you can get an edge over the sportsbook that you place the bet with. The unfortunate reality of sports betting is that sportsbooks generally have the edge over you. That is called the VIG, or the juice, the hold they have over the market. So finding a tool like OddsJam where you can gain the edge back over them can be very, very valuable. So that's why I love using OddsJam. It's been very profitable for me in the long run. Last week I was up about 648. Last week, this was just for some nerfy bets that didn't go well specifically. This was just Monday, specifically yesterday. My Monday Night Football bets pretty much broke even. But over the course of time, up 13.5K, 4% ROI. All this information comes from using OddsJam and from tracking my bets using the OddsJam bet tracker, which is completely free. So might as well get into it. What does positive EV mean? All that stuff. The way I like to talk about positive EV betting, it's like a weighted coin. You know that heads is weighted 55%, going to land on heads 55% of the time. But the sportsbook, the person you're placing the bet with, doesn't know that. They just think it's 50-50. So you're going to bet on heads every single time. The way that we know the coin is weighted in the sports betting world is from using the OddsJam software to calculate this no VIG odds number that you see here. So I mentioned the VIG is the juice that sportsbooks price odds, right? So the way that OddsJam works and why all of these betting opportunities are so profitable is OddsJam basically from thousands and thousands of bets and opportunities in markets in everything being back tested has determined, okay, which of the sportsbooks are the sharpest in terms of pricing odds, right? Not every single sportsbook is going to have the exact same accuracy in terms of what their odds are priced at. You know, some books are going to have something mispriced. Well, OddsJam, from all this back testing, determined what the smart sportsbooks are, took a weighted average of all those sportsbooks, and then removed the VIG to come up with this number that you see here. So let's pretend that PointsBet, FanDuel, and DraftKings are the three best. I'm not saying this is the case, but just for an example, are the three best sportsbook at pricing first half totals. Well, those are going to be weighted heavier than, let's say, FoxBet. Let's pretend they're not good at pricing first half totals. Stuff like that. It's very important to understand, and it's why OddsJam is such a powerful tool, because it's just math. There's no fluff. There's no BS. It's just using math to provide these betting opportunities. So this first one that we have up on the screen here, Eagles versus Cardinals, first half total over 24.5, plus 105 on FanDuel. So let me go ahead and lock this in. Just a half a unit play for me, $50. So for you at home, whatever a half unit play is for you, go ahead and lock this one in. And let's chat about it. So the weighted coin example prices this at about plus 104, essentially. So that is what we know heads should be priced at, plus 104. FanDuel is giving you plus 105 odds. So it's not a massive gap between the no VIG odds and what FanDuel is offering, but it's still profitable in the long run. And if you look at one thing that I like doing is if you click into a play, right, you just click a play, it pulls up what every other sportsbook prices this market at. And what we can see, FanDuel has it at plus 105. No other book has it for even money. The closest is Pinnacle Sportsbook, which is a really sharp one that has it priced at minus 101. PointsBet, minus 115. DraftKings, minus 110. FoxBet, minus 105. So I like this one from a math perspective. It also makes sense from a football perspective. The Eagles have the best first half, specifically the second quarter offense in the entire NFL. And while the Cardinals offense always starts slow because Cliff Kingsbury is a moron and has horribly scripted plays, they generally come on once Kyler Murray has to run around and do a bunch of crazy stuff. So I like this one over 24.5, plus 105 on FanDuel. I lock this one in for half a unit. This is going to be my first of four plays for the NFL Week 5 betting slate. Let's hope none of these odds change. So one of them looks like the odds unfortunately did change. It was the Broncos money line for Thursday Night Football. But looks like we do have a play here on the Jaguars first half team total that I'll have to look at. The next one that I really liked that I wanted to highlight is actually this Rams play, plus 2.5, plus 146 on FanDuel. This is another play that I have up that I'm going to lock in for half a unit, just $50 on this one. Cowboys plus 2.5 against the Rams. So this one, similar logic, it's plus EV. The coin, quote unquote, heads has it priced at about plus 145, a little bit lower than plus 146. FanDuel is offering it at plus 146. So the gap between these two numbers is where you get your positive expected value from. And just from a football perspective, this Rams defensive line or offensive line is awful. We just saw them struggle mightily against a good defense in the 49ers. Now they have possibly the best pass rusher in the entire NFL in Micah Parsons in a very, very good Cowboys defense. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys won this one straight up. The reason why the odds are so juicy is because we're backing an underdog at the number below a field goal, which is understandable. But I really like this one, and just compared across the market, best odds plus 146, which is what we locked in. PointsBet at plus 130, DraftKings plus 122, FoxBet plus 135, and then Pinnacle and Tipico are a little bit closer at plus 140, plus 141. But this plus 146 is still a great number. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this one in I guess I already locked it in, as you saw here, just adding it to my bet tracker. And the bet tracker, as I mentioned, is something that's really important. To add it, as you saw me do, you just click this plus button and then add the play, which is really nice. So let me refresh it, see if any plays popped up. So the Rams money line, funny enough, popped up as positive EV, but since I took Cowboys plus 2.5, I'm going to have to dig into that one later, but this before seeing if it's something that I want to take. This next one I do really like is this Browns money line at plus 141. So I know the risk behind it. Of course, the Browns just lost to the Falcons. The Chargers just beat the Texans. But the Chargers struggle against the run. The Browns are the best running team in the entire NFL. And I still don't quite trust the Chargers. I don't trust their injuries. I don't trust Justin Herbert's ribs, even though he did look much better last week. Everything you hear about that type of injury is that it is not one that just goes away after a week. So maybe, and it feels differently depending on the time. So maybe last week felt good, the week before didn't. I'd be worried about it. For plus 141, I think that's pretty good value. All these plays have plus money, which is nice because obviously that doesn't mean you don't need to win 50% of your bets in order to be profitable if you're always betting plus money bets. So this one I like. Similar logic here, right? Best odds plus 141. Looking across all the books, Bookmaker plus 130, BetOnline plus 137. Like other books have it lower, like DraftKings at plus 125, Circa plus 127, FoxBet plus 120. A majority of books have it lower than this plus 141 number that you're getting it on PlayUp. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this one in. I have it up here already. Another half unit play for me. This bet has been locked in. So now let me just add this one to my bet tracker. And now let's chat about, wow, a bunch of plays popped up. So there's a lot of these that look pretty good. This Bengals Ravens one is interesting because it's an arbitrage opportunity, basically meaning you can bet both sides and be profitable. You could bet the Bengals at plus 155. You could also bet the Ravens at minus 152. Because the plus 155, the plus number is higher, you can bet both sides and be profitable. But two plays that I really like, and these will be the last two plays that I lock in, are the Jaguars team total over 13.5 and the Colts first half team total under 9.5. These two I actually really, really like. The Colts stink. Their offense is horrible. They're going up against a really good Broncos defense on Thursday Night Football. It's a short week. They're traveling to Denver for this game, which is why I liked the Broncos money line so much. Jonathan Taylor's banged up. If he plays, who knows how healthy he's going to be. And just look at it. Well, unfortunately, I wanted to lock that one in. The odds changed. It's no longer plus EV, so I won't lock in the Colts team total, first half team total under 9.5. Let me just X that out. What I will lock in is the Jaguars team total over 13.5, first half team total, I should say. Let me go ahead and lock this one in before the odds change on me there. But this one is another one that I really like. They just need to score 2 touchdowns in the first half. They have a fast starting offense with Doug Peterson is notoriously good at scripting the first couple plays. The Houston Texans defense stinks. The Jaguars should be able to run the ball with no issues. And then again, just look at the math, right? Plus 104 on BetRivers, DraftKings minus 105. Pinnacle has it as the more likely scenario at minus 112, which is really good. So that is going to be it. And those are going to be my 4 official bets for this NFL Week 5 betting slate. We had the Browns money line. We had the Jaguars first half team total over 13.5. We have the Eagles Cardinals first half total over 24.5. And then we got the Cowboys point spread plus 2.5. Bought some points there. And that is going to be it. So sorry for the longer video. More plays ended up popping up, but that's it. So appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.